there was a bit of a sentiment that actually the UK might be perhaps panicking about some of this. If you look at places like Botswana, some of the early cases that were found, they were found amongst the vaccinated people. So I have to say, I do find elements of the government's reaction slightly peculiar, because you will have seen today, JCVI conference, and basically, I mean, I'm summarising here because it was quite long, but in essence, it was faster, and more on the boosters. Your views?
Well, it's interesting, isn't it, that a few people have reported deciding to get the booster that they hadn't actually bothered to do, despite the fact that they were well in time for it, and found themselves 1,920 in a queue, as one person tweeted earlier. So clearly the message has got through that vaccines and boosters are crucial. But we should have learned a lesson that the world, poorer
How can they be that
countries-
crucial, though, Julie, if the people that have got this, these cases, certainly in places like Botswana, are vaccinated? So how can they be that crucial then?
Well, a friend of mine was vaccinated, but her previous vaccination was 6 months old, and she got COVID just before her booster was due, and she got quite ill with it. She wasn't in hospital, she didn't die, but this is the whole point. We need to get boosters, and we should have vaccinated. We should have made sure that vaccines were available to the poorer and developing countries. It's a lesson to behold. We can't just vaccinate richer countries in the global north.
So you're all for the government reaction, and do you think they should be going further, or...?
Well, I think that they should have been consistent. And why on earth compulsory mask wearing on the underground, for example, in London, and in shops, and when you're in close proximity? Why on earth was that not continually compulsive until we had the data that showed whether or not transmissions were going down to a point that we didn't have to worry about retransmission? It's so easy to wear a mask. It's so easy to think about protecting somebody else when you're in close proximity.